Hey, critics, and welcome back to the Critic Chronicles YouTube channel where you get commentary reviews and tabloid news. Today, I'm coming to you with a review, this time as it pertains to comedian Luenell and her recent appearance on the Dede in the Morning Show, which is a famous syndicated radio show starring Dede in the morning. She also has a cast of other folks that are on with her, including a co-host by the name of Jay Cruz, JJ Williamson, which also is a comedian and also a co-host. I believe also really good friends with Luenell. And also Trey G, who is a contributor. Additionally, Luenell currently she has a residency over in Las Vegas. She's had that residency for 7 years. The only Black woman to hold that role, I believe it is what she stated in the interview. But no worries, we're actually going to go over the interview, and we're going to review it from top to bottom. Now, if you have been listening to the show, or if you don't know, a I respect Dede McGuire, who is she basically carries the name for the Dede in the Morning Show. I believe that she has come from a long history when it comes to radio. She started off in country, I believe, over in the state of Washington at a country radio station, and then the rest is basically history. I also listened to her back when it was her and also Doug Banks. So it was her, she had a co hosting gig with Doug Banks, and it was like their afternoon drive show. Really listened to that, love that. And so, yeah, but Dede basically has her own syndicated radio show out there in Texas, and she had a current incident that happened with Luenell that I just want to go over the entire interview. As a reminder, I do not have YouTube Premium, so if there's a commercial in between this, I'll definitely be sure to stop it and do all of the things. But yeah, this is comedian Luenell. She seemed irritated at a recent interview that she did with Dede in the Morning, which is a syndicated radio show that's out of Dallas. It sounds to me, let me set it up a little bit before I start it off, okay? So it sounds to me like Luenell was listening to the radio show before she got into the station. So she had an early morning gig. When you do early morning radio, you got to be up there early in the morning. And so Luenell was listening to the radio station, and she did not hear anything about her or her appearance. And she was there that weekend performing, specifically Friday and Saturday night. So this past Friday and Saturday, she performed in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And so she was basically saying, hey, I'm irritated because y'all didn't say anything about me prior to getting on. You was talking about another artist, which we're going to hear who she says that is. And that person is not even here, So she just seemed like she was irritated, and they never quite got back to it, So with that being said, let's just go ahead and listen to the interview for ourselves.
It's Dede in the morning. Everybody is here. Jay Cruz, Trey G, and comedian JJ Williamson. Guess what? JJ done brought in a friend. All these comedians, they have a fraternity. It's crazy to me when they all be coming in here. You got another one.
Hey, the new laughter.
Okay. This woman's going to be at the Arlington Improv all weekend long. Please clap it up for comedian Luenell. Good morning.
Good morning.
So that was the introduction, and I know I want to stop it right there because I want you to notice that Dede did not specifically say the dates in which Luenell was going to be there. And so when I say that Luenell was clocking everything, baby, she wasn't leaving out nothing. So now Luenell has an opportunity to show us her energy that she brought into the radio station as a result of not hearing them talk about her or kind of promote her before she got there this morning and talking about other topics.
Look at Luenell looking good.
You know what? So I have this thing that I do when I'm on my way to the station. I be listening. And so one of y'all said, what's going on this weekend? And it was T.I. and all this. And nobody mentioned me, and I'm on my way here. 6 o'clock in the morning.
No.
T.I.'s not down there.
Okay.
I'm on my way.
You know what? You
guys didn't even mention me.
Okay. Probably because you know why?
Probably because what?
You getting ready to take over the whole hour.
Yeah. That's what you said.
We don't need no one mention.
No, but why wouldn't you have said that I'm here? I'm on my way here.
Yeah.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in my body from the West Coast. Yeah. I'm the one who came and sitting in the traffic. You saying I wasn't listening before before I got here?
So right now, if I'm being honest, this is when it really, really shifted. This is when you could really tell that, in my opinion, Luenell was hurt. Now, there was a point before this that you could clock it a little bit in terms of like, wait, is that hurt? Like in her voice. But yeah, she's basically saying well, first off, I know y'all, this is not video. So let me tell you, Luenell came in, she has a black top on. It looks like it is maybe like that quarter sleeve. Um, she also has on like a army cap. I really do like it. Gives you that soldier boy look. By soldier boy, not like the actual artist, but like, if you're a soldier in the army. Okay. And then she has on glasses. Y'all know I love sunglasses with some red lipstick. She does have the bling all over her arms as well as the ring. She got the nails on, all of the things. So she's definitely looking the part of what I consider to be just Luenell and who she is. But she's basically irritated that they didn't talk to about her before she came on, and she's clocking them on it, and they are trying their best. You can hear them, Dede. They are trying to like smooth it over. Oh, but you're here now. Oh, but shit, Luenell is not having it. Let's keep going.
Why would you guys not mention that I'm in town? On my way here.
I feel like it would be a better conversation if we had it with you, though.
Is that what you feel?
Yeah.
Does this feel better?
Yes. It doesn't now. It don't.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it don't now, but it could have.
Whole new, different.
So he tried to lighten the mood again, in my opinion, by saying like, no, but it could have, and just trying to be like, well, it could have had you not made this response, but Luenell still wasn't backing down off of it. And she was letting them know like, hey, I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. Why you wasn't talking and promoting me before I got here? I was listening to y'all and I didn't hear nothing.
Until I listened to y'all say, they said, what's going on this weekend?
Sure.
And nobody said, well, Luenell's on her way here. Yeah. And she's going on this weekend.
Yeah, we apologize for that. Luenell, we apologize for that.
I accept your apology, but it sucks.
I know it does, but guess what else is getting ready to go down? So we're going to do this interview right here with you, and it's going to play here in Dallas. And
everybody said your bra strap showing Luenell and that.
Yeah,
so I think right there, when Luenell said, my bra strap is showing, I think she was just trying to lighten herself up, a little bit, because maybe she recognized how hurt she was, because to me, it didn't just sound like it was a little hurt. Like this sounded like it was like, a lot of hurt, and when a comedian is this kind of hurt, it sounds like it's more than just what's going on in the room. Maybe she thought to herself, these people should know me better. I have my comedian friend here who, in my opinion, was being a little quiet, for this to be like comedian JJ Williamson's friend. He was being a little quiet, in my opinion, but Dede, when you carry the show and your name is on the show, you got to do your best in order to try to lighten it up. But I feel like JJ was a little too quiet for that to be his friend and her to be on the show and not to kind of, step in to try to help to lighten it up a little bit. But that's my opinion.
I didn't know,
don't care.
So, but let me just say this. We will definitely make sure you're promoted all weekend long for our rest of our 90 cities around the country.
I guess I must have paid for the...
He didn't pay for nothing.
Right. Oh, but he didn't pay.
No.
Like I didn't pay.
So Luenell gonna point out, she said, T.I. was the artist that they were essentially talking about before she came on. And she basically said, oh, T.I. must have paid. I guess she was baiting him in, if you ask me, to be like, so he paid? Oh, he didn't. Oh, and he ain't even the one here. And that's who y'all was talking about? Oh, y'all ain't even got this man paying. And you talking and you got his name in your mouth. And I'm right here in the city and you ain't mentioned nothing about me or my weekend gig that I have right now, today and tomorrow, which at the time, that's exactly what it was. Now, I'm on Sunday, so it's a little bit different. But at the time, that would have been the exact verbiage to use.
Right. But I'm here at 6 and 1. T.I. ain't here.
I know. Yeah. But he was here yesterday. Okay, I'm lying. But listen.
Now, I'm not going to lie. I don't think Luenell liked that joke at all. But I know that Dede was trying to like lighten it up a little bit, which is as she should. When you're doing morning radio, if you've never done radio before, especially like morning radio, a lot, and you're not like a AM station talking about the heavy news, baby, you are there to lighten the mood. People are not tuning in to be drowned out and go to sleep while they're driving. People are tuned in to hype you up. They want to laugh, in the morning, which is hence why she has a comedian, a co-host, right? And some of those individuals who contribute on the show. By the side note, y'all, I know I don't want to get too carried away, but I do. Radio sweetheart, Lady Jade used to be on the show, and I've always wondered what happened to her in like that situation. Have y'all? Am I nosy? I'm nosy, y'all. Because I love Dede in the morning, but I've always, or Dede McGuire, but I've always wondered exactly what happened with that whole situation with like radio sweetheart Lady Jade. Anyway, whatever. And then after that, it was wasn't it the gorgeous, what's her name? Keita Rose. Didn't she join and then she later left? But wasn't it a specific reason? Like, was it due to pay and then her other opportunity to do something else? Anyway, don't quote me on that part. But anyway, I'm kind of getting off topic. Let me get back to what I'm supposed to be on. Again, this is comedian Luenell. She stopped by the Dede in the Morning show, and she had some words for them. And I'm only a couple of minutes into this video, y'all, and I'm supposed to review the whole thing. I'm let's keep going.
Let's talk about what's going on with you. First of all, I mean, you're happy you're in a relationship, right?
Is that what we're talking about this morning?
I'm just gonna talk.
And I'm gonna be honest. I believe that Luenell's response for was because Dede made that joke specifically about T.I. before, saying like, "Oh, but he was here yesterday." And I think Luenell still didn't lighten up from that. She was like, "Oh no, you know what? No, I'm still not. No, I don't want to talk about that." And Dede wanted to talk a little bit about her relationship that she has with Albie Shore. It sounds like after listening to this interview before, it does sound like she is still happily in a relationship with him, but she just was like, I'm not giving you what you want, help you to make me mad. That's my opinion.
What you want? Tell you what we gonna do.
Like you want the shows that I'm here to promote.
And let me tell you who is hush mouth over there, baby. JJ Williamson ain't saying nothing. He barely saying anything. The guy that's helping out the most in terms of the contributor, I believe that was oh gosh. I guess it was maybe like Jay Cruz or maybe it was Trey G, but Jay Cruz and then also Dede, they were the ones that was kind of really trying to lighten up the mood. Yeah, the most. But yeah, JJ Williamson was right there too. But JJ, I felt like JJ should have stepped in a little bit more. Am I tripping? That's your friend. That's a show that you're on. Why not kind of step in a little bit and just kind of, help lighten the mood because that's your friend. Or maybe you feel like, oh, that's my friend. I feel the energy. This is not the time to play with her. I ain't in it. Y'all got it. That's what you did. That's the seat you took, JJ.
Sorry?
I would really like to talk about the shows.
Okay, I tell you what, we'll give you the floor. You go right on.
I don't want the floor. I just want to do my job. Mm-hmm. My job was to come in and talk about the shows this weekend. Yeah. I've already done one. Okay. All right. Which was last night. How'd it go? It went amazing. Cool. Yeah, I was showing from here in Texas. I got family here. They could be here in 5 minutes. Yeah.
So she slipped that in there to let them know, like, hey, I got family here, and if they need to be up here to get up in yours, then they can be up here. But you can also hear that, Dede tried to like give her the floor to say like, hey, you can say whatever it is that you want. Again, I think to try to make up for the fact that they were wrong in not promoting her before she got on the show. And being a professional show, like this is something where you can definitely learn from this and just make sure that going forward, 9 times out of 10, you may think that some of these people are not listening to radio anymore and whatever, but there are folks out there who still doing the loyal thing of, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be on. Let me make sure that I'm like listening in, seeing what they got going on before I go on to the show, so that I can also contribute to some of the things that they were talking about maybe, right? But I think she tuned in, recognized that like, hey, I want to chime in, but y'all ain't even talking about me, and I'm the one that's supposed to be on the show. Y'all know y'all ain't right for that. And shout out to Dede because she did apologize, right? She apologized in the moment. She didn't try to wait until later on because that matters too. When people can just adjust and they can be flexible enough to say, hey, I was wrong, my bad. Let's see if we can actually move forward. But it sounds to me like 2 minutes and 54 seconds in, we ain't moved forward just yet.
That's a threat. Yeah. We all got family here. Yeah, we stay here.
Family in the room.
No, family in the room. We all got family. We from here.
Hey, Luenell. Not doing that. Luenell, listen. You're one of my favorite. I remember going to one of your shows. You had all your family there, and I thought that was a beautiful thing. But I'm gonna be
right now. If you've seen the stance of Luenell is still looking like I'm sick of y'all. I don't know why I'm actually here today. It's taking everything. My feelings are so hurt that the comedic side of me cannot even perform at the level that it could to crush every single one of y'all right now. I can't even do it to you because I've been up since 3:00 this morning and I'm still up here at a radio station that did not promote me in the way that I think they should. But again, Dede did the right thing. She did apologize to her. So let's move on.
With you. We apologize that we did not promote you. But like I said, we will be promoting you all over the country all weekend long because it's going to play on our national show on the 90 cities starting on Monday. So we will definitely promote. Now, is there another show?
I'll be in another state.
That's what I was going to say. We have 90 cities. Which city are you going to be in? Maybe we're in that.
Oh, my God. Let's start over.
Yeah, because I'm trying to make you happy. So I don't know what happened here.
You know, advance. You don't know about my residency every Sunday and Monday in Vegas.
Okay, yeah, they just told me about it right now.
Oh, it's been for the last 7 years.
Yes, since 2020.
JJ.
JJ is hush mom. JJ is literally leaning. Y'all, this Negro is leaning back like, oh, I'm just here as like, the homeboy or something. Like, he don't work there. JJ, get up and face the feeling of all of the things that are going on. You letting everybody take the heat. I know you feel it. Because I can sense it a little bit and I'm like watching it. I know he feels it. They are all in the studio together. JJ. Oh, JJ. Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. So
again, JJ didn't say nothing.
Audience. This is me, Luenell, the original bad girl of comedy.
Come on.
I have an attitude. I got butthurt about not being promoted before I got here. You never know what people are saying about you when you're not in the room.
Sure.
Apparently, that was nothing. And I felt some type of way about it.
Ooh.
I came in here with an attitude, and I'm hurt.
Did y'all catch that? She said, you never know what people are saying about you when you're not in the room. And then she said, apparently it was nothing. Because again, reminding them that y'all didn't promote me like y'all should have. But now, again, this is Dede's second time she apologized to her. And it's obvious that she was telling the truth. She was very transparent. And she said she was butthurt about the fact that they were not promoting her. Let's keep going.
But I'm here now, and I just want you guys to come out and see me this weekend
100%.
at the Arlington Improv. I have 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow night, and I did one last night already. And I'm always happy to play anywhere in Texas because I have so much family here, as do you.
Big face. Yeah, big face. A lot of everybody in this room in the city. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
We got a lot of love in this room.
Are you going to be mad the whole interview?
I might.
Oh, come on. No. That's part of your act a little bit. Is that part of your act a little bit?
You guys know it's not.
Oh, okay.
You guys work in the morning. I work at night.
No.
You know, we're sleep deprived. We go through delays, luggages, and all that type of stuff.
You look great,
and when we get up, of course I do. When we get up in the morning to come here, I want to have a beautiful experience. And I got my fucking, excuse me, bleep.
Now, you all right?
I'm trying to get you a fine. I got my feelings hurt, and it's, get over it. It's like, fix it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm telling you that what we're getting ready to do going forward, I've apologized. I'm trying to figure out what else you want me to do. I'm trying to figure that out.
Okay, well, let's just talk about me.
Okay.
So now Luenell looks like the spirit has lifted a little bit. We're 5 minutes and 19 seconds in. So it took a little minute, for them to kind of I think, iron that out a bit. But there's still a little bit more. So let's keep it going with the interview.
What's your Instagram? Oh, all right. So let's start this all over. Hi, Luenell. It's good to see you.
Dede in the morning. Oh, Dede.
I'm not gonna lie, this part was a little funny. It was like Luenell, her comic spirit arose, and she just determined that she still was finna you know what? Let me just savor the moment and get into it. And so I think this is the part where she starts to kind of get into it a little bit. But I think you can tell Dede. Again, I think she tried and then she just recognized that you know what? I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna win this, but it's a radio show. I got to keep it moving. And she's the professional that she is. So she kept it moving.
First thing in the morning.
And he probably ain't got nothing else to do but listen.
Okay, y'all.
If he got a radio, he had his commissary.
Yeah, 100%.
Been there, done that.
Really? Oh. You been to his parties back in the day?
I went to a Dede party, but I've also been to jail. That's what we were talking
Did you? Yeah. You been to jail?
Oh, my God. Y'all don't know nothing about me. Y'all don't know nothing about me. I talk about it all the time.
So this is where she kind of, I think, goes back into that, okay, now I'm here. Now I can really recognize I've made these comments. If you really knew me, then you would, know who I am. You would know what I've done. You would know all of the things. But again, JJ Williamson, he wasn't even, in my opinion, participating in the conversation, and that is supposed to be his friend. Now he does come back in here in a few, but during that time, that 5 minutes or whatever, he barely said anything. If I was a person to vote, I would have said he ain't say nothing at all, period. But he said something, so I couldn't say, oh, he said absolutely nothing, but it was so little that he said you don't even remember what the hell he said.
You didn't inform or pull up a one sheet or IMDb.
I got about 9 pieces of paper about you.
Sure you didn't have nothing about the residency on?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, that's on there as well. We talk to you live about it.
You said where you gonna be next? Like,
So finally, JJ chimes in. He says to her, you know, we just wanted to talk to you live about it. Like, that's one of the reasons why. And then that's when Dede gets her pages out, you know, with all of the information about, you know, Luenell. And this is a side note. I don't know if I should say this. Let me take a sip of something real quick. I don't know if I should. I don't even know if I read this the right way, but I'm gonna bring somebody else into the mix because Dede McGuire actually did an interview with Tasha K as well, and there was a time where Tasha K did an interview with another radio personality, and if I'm not mistaken, I think she made a comment about the radio personality having all of these stacks of pages and facts about like the person it is that they're supposed to, you know, interview, but when she interviews people, she just goes off the top of her head. She just goes off of what she knows, the dome, you know, she basically reads about them and then she's able to, you know, do an interview, you know, with them without having necessarily like a script. If I'm not mistaken. So that's like a guess of mine. And I wonder if there's a lot of folks who do this kind of work and you're not necessarily in the radio field, but you are in the, you know, commentary, entertainment, news field, and you do feel like, dang, like I don't even, if I was here every day on, you know, like this, would I need to do that in terms of having all this information about a person? I wonder if that's kind of the, maybe I'm just kind of like just, you know, thinking out the side of my neck. You know how that goes, right? Maybe I'm thinking out the side of my neck when it comes to this, but it does just kind of remind me of specifically that interview that Tasha K did with that one radio personality. Yeah, and then I believe later on she made a comment about like her having all this, you know, information and whatever about some of the folks that they either interview or bring onto the show, when there's folks who do entertainment news who probably could go off, you know, just what they know, and they don't necessarily have to have that factual information, you know, in front of them because they do the work so much that they have it, yeah, in their mind. But when you do radio, I know this is gonna be some grace here, because when you do radio, especially when your name is on there, you're not just doing, you know, the radio show. You're also recording commercials. You probably also have some sales components. You specifically got to make sure that you're hitting any sponsorship targets that you need to, having meetings, probably morning meetings, like with your staff about, you know, like what you gonna talk about in the morning, you know, whatever. But I think this is a chance for them to actually assess this situation, learn from it, and then just make sure that they are talking about the guests that they have on the days that they're going to actually have them on, which is, in my opinion, is an easy fix for the future. It's just not a fix for Luenell right now, because they just keep, it feels like just the saxophones keep playing. The saxophones keep playing.
Clearly, I'm going to be in Vegas.
Okay, here it is. Let's see. Luenell in 2020 serves as a brand ambassador for Rihanna Savage X Fenty. She's the original bad girl of comedy. She's the most popular female comic on the comedy circuit. She was raised in the Oakland area. She's back in Vegas with her residency at the Jimmy Kimmel. Look for Luenell in HBO's winning show Hack, starring multiple Emmy winner Jean Smart. She's part of the cast of Paramount's show Crutch, starring Tracy Morgan, which is a spinoff. Let me see what else we got. In celebration of Fat Tuesday, Luenell's name, likeness, picture was added to the Wall of Fame at the iconic Comedy Store in LA.
Come on.
Some questions, Luenell. Hey, you and Al B. Shore have been very open about your relationship. No. You recently admitted to skipping the Kevin Hart roast, and you don't regret it, no?
There's a lot of information.
It really is.
A lot of information.
I do not regret it.
You don't?
No.
Why?
Because everything that people ask you to do, you don't have to do it. And I just don't choose to participate in the roast as they are now. I don't play games.
You don't think it's funny? You don't think they're funny?
You can tell I can be funny and I cannot be funny. And that was a not funny situation to me.
You don't think the older ones, if you go back and watch some of the ones from the older days, were even worse in some ways?
No. They took digs, but they didn't maliciously come out to embarrass you, hurt you. You know, it started with the Flavor Flav.
So that's a lie that people say they used to be worse.
Well, I mean, you can judge for yourself. They're online. You can look them yourself and make it.
They went off script. They supposed to have talked about it before they did the roast.
You know, they were letting you know, hey, sure, we're gonna say this about you, but then they went
now JJ coming back. Thank you, JJ.
Approved all the writers, did he not? They were all white. Really? You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
You guys.
Another dig. Another dig. I feel like Luenell was digging again to be like, you didn't know that. I feel like that was a dig, but that's me.
Sounded like they were.
Who came in? What comedian said he did the writing for that? Who was it? JJ. He was with us in Curacao.
Oh my God, right on my Dion.
It wasn't Dion. It was somebody who was hosting. Who was hosting that day? He said he was
Chris Spencer.
Chris Spencer.
Chris Spencer.
For the
roast, I thought he said.
Well, I wouldn't brag about it.
Okay.
Sure wouldn't.
Okay. How do you feel that comedy is in the space right now? Do you feel that comedy is in a good space, or do you feel like it's in a bad space right now? Like as a whole, the game.
Comedy is in a good space right now. Yeah. Actually, there's fresh people coming in and stuff like this. I think that the comedy that I love has been watered down due to the internet.
Yes,
and everybody thinks they can do comedy. It's just no big deal. They're rappers.
Which is true.
That think that they can do comedy, and then
that's a dig. Because didn't T.I. try to do like a comedy show or something like that? Now I love T.I.'s music, so I just want to be very clear about that. Excited about the fact that he has his last album. I think it's called Kill the King. It officially released. It was on June the 26th, not the 25th, which I initially said I think in one of my previous shows. But yeah, she made another dig, boy. Luenell ain't letting up. It ain't the ones that you be like, oh my God, that's hilariously funny, but you catch it and you like, Lou, you going in, sis? You going in?
It's like if I wanted to go rap, like that's why would I? When this is really what I was called to do,
right?
You know what I'm saying? But everybody, can try to do whatever they want to. There's people, singers, there's people who can sing, and you can be taught to sing, but you can't be taught to sing.
Yeah, and you should be putting out music.
Good and being great. There's a lot of people on social media, I feel, are comedic actors.
Right.
You're doing skits. They're comedic actors, not necessarily.
Should we hold promoters and clubs accountable for booking a lot of these internet comedians that are not ready, but all they want to do is put asses in these seats?
Absolutely. They don't care whether you have a good time. They don't care whether a fight gonna break out.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times the internet celebrities will fill up a club, but it's the type of audience that you bring.
Right.
They don't tip, they're not respectful.
Right.
And oftentimes the fights break out.
Yeah, good point.
So, the club does not care.
Right. So Luenell, you keep up with all of the rappers, everything that's going on in entertainment. You do a lot of keeping up with stuff. You watch. What do you read? The Shade Room, Neighborhood Talk. What you be reading?
I really don't read that unless it has to do with me.
Okay.
I'm not a scroller like that. I really only look at what has to do with me. But I do want to send a shout out to Bone Thugs and Harmony, who got their star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah, shout out to Bone Thugs and Harmony for getting their star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Bone, 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 bone. I love that song. Now I love songs before that one actually came out, but that was one of them songs that was on like the MTV, like morning TRL, like whatever. It was on there for a very long time. And the beginning of that song, when the girl sang the Hail Mary, I don't want to try to, sing something I can't really sing. You know what I'm saying? This is for the people that can sing. Shout out to the people that can sing. But yeah, I love the beginning of that song. And yeah, again, shout out to Bone Thugs and Harmony. And okay, Luenell for shouting them out. But y'all caught the shade again where Luenell was like, no, I don't scroll. I don't watch all of that stuff. But yeah, she was calling them out for the things that they don't see. And I believe that's why Dede asked her, because it was like, okay, you look like you be watching what's going on. What you be looking at? I don't know. Y'all tell me. Am I tripping? Maybe I'm tripping. I'm sure I'm tripping, right?
Absolutely. Went to the party and stuff. And that Easy would be very proud of them. They've been a long, long way.
So, go ahead.
It's 9-year residency in Vegas. Does it
7.
Oh, excuse me. I tried to give you more. My bad.
Nobody give me nothing.
It's out there, girl. Do you ever get bored of it? Do you ever feel like, okay, I'm done, that's enough? Or is it you could do it for another 20?
Can I say this too? And this is just another side note. Whenever you have somebody on your show, because it's my understanding that this is not the first time that she's been on the Dede in the Morning show. Now, I could not find on Dede's YouTube channel where Luenell had actually been on the show before to, go back to actually review anything. So y'all tell me if I'm actually wrong. But in terms of radio, they don't be recording every show, for you have to listen to it live. And I did not see this show live. What I'm actually sharing with you right now, if I didn't say, it's a recording from the Dede in the Morning YouTube channel. So that's where she actually posted it. What happened, I actually saw this I've liked Dede McGuire for so long, y'all. I have followed this woman on Facebook, and that I don't follow very many people on Facebook like that outside of my family and friends, in real life. But I follow Dede McGuire, and I also follow her on Instagram as well. And on the Instagram, she put the clip there of Luenell being like she was, coming in with what Luenell even called it herself, an attitude into the studio, rightfully so, though, because she didn't feel like she was promoted prior to coming in, but they was promoting somebody else. And now I realize that maybe the idea of T.I. trying to come into the lane of being a comedian at one point in time, she feels some type of way about it. I don't know, but yeah, let me stop there but I initially saw it though on Dede McGuire's Instagram, and now I'm getting to it. So let's keep going with the entire interview, just because I want to review the full thing and see what the outcome was.
Actually, I'm trying to break a record and be the longest Black female stand-up in Las Vegas, period. I'm the only Black female stand-up in Las Vegas for the last 7 years.
That's hard.
For right now. And I'm not the first, but I'm the longest running.
Okay. So she's not the first. She is the longest running. So that's a correction, I believe, from what I said earlier.
Now. And I want to just do that. It's very easy to not get bored by a Vegas audience because they're seasonally drunk. There's
seasonally drunk.
Yeah, there's drunks you can have in January, but there are different drunks than you get in August.
Yeah, they're different.
There's
what's the difference?
The difference, they get drunker.
Oh God,
summertime.
It's that heat. That's that heat.
So Luenell is here, everybody, and she's going to be at the Arlington Improv all weekend long. So Luenell, I'm looking tonight.
Shows and tomorrow.
So Luenell, she is not letting up on the fact that tell them exactly when I'm actually going to be here. Initially at the beginning of the interview, I think Dede said that she was going to be here all weekend long, and that's when Luenell corrected her then, and she ended up correcting her again. During this time, just to kind of push, I think, for Dede to say, no, tell them exactly when I'm actually going to be here in terms of my location, but also the times and dates as well.
Did you say all weekend? They think maybe Sunday.
Oh, okay.
No. Friday and Saturday only. 2 shows both nights.
Okay.
Tonight and tomorrow night.
Okay. I'm looking at you because I love jewelry. I'm looking at you. You like some jewelry. Now, are those gifts from different men or those things you bought?
I bought every piece of jewelry.
Come on. You better pop it. Come on.
Did your nails? Them things
really
crazy.
I know. I'm thinking that I was like, oh, them men be giving her.
I don't get gifts like that.
What? Really?
Your bracelet game is crazy.
What kind of gifts they be giving you though?
I don't get gifts.
You'd be like, I'm good. I got my own.
No, I would love gifts. I just don't get them.
No.
I don't do the things maybe that chicks do to get gifts.
Yeah. You seem like you keep it overly real. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, maybe that's...
He said overly real.
Respect real.
That's that old town right there, man.
You have nothing.
Take care of yourself.
That watch looks real.
Nothing is fake.
Right.
It's great. It's shining over
These are
there.
rubies.
I know they are.
These are diamonds, emeralds. Nothing's fake.
Icy over there.
So you can sleep in all your jewelry and don't ever get hung up on nothing?
Yeah, I sleep in
all of it.
Jewelry, but not my rings, not my watch.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's nice as hell, y'all. Look how many. Okay.
Let me ask you this about the game, Luenell. Like, what keeps you on the stage? Is it the passion? Is it the people? Is it the challenge?
Okay, y'all be mad at me for saying this, but when you have somebody, in my opinion, who's a seasoned individual who's been in the game for a long time, they've been on your show maybe a time or two, I do think it's important to lay out some questions and pull out some things that is more in depth than what they've probably been asked before. I can tell based off of doing entertainment news that a lot of people who are, famous or in the industry who do a lot of interviews and whatnot, they get the same questions over and over. So I think they like it when they, get hit with one of those questions that they have to say to themselves, oh, nobody's asked me that before. Wait, I got to think about that. I think they actually like that. So I challenge anybody who, I don't care what space you're in, radio, if you do interviews on, YouTube, maybe you do them on Instagram Live. If you got somebody who you are privileged enough to be able to interview that's been in the game or in their industry for an extended period of time, take the time to do some research and find some in-depth questions to ask them that maybe they've never been asked before, and maybe look at some of the interviews that they've done before, to see if maybe they have answered that question, and maybe you can build off that question. So, just a little side note, I feel like she just didn't feel challenged enough with some of the questions. I'm not sure if she was feeling like she expected more from them, or if it was just as simple as y'all didn't introduce me before I got here, so I will have an attitude throughout, and I don't know if it's going to change because we're 13 minutes in, and I feel like Luenell still ain't let up on him at all.
You still hitting that stage every single night.
I think it's like asking a pastor what keeps them going to church every Sunday.
Come on.
It's a gift for me.
Yeah.
It's a gift. I've always said I don't feel like you should do comedy unless you feel like you're gonna die if you don't do it. And
wow.
Bars, right?
That's heavy.
Just have to. I'm blessed to be able to, like, I don't sit and write phenomenal jokes and stuff like that. I don't do that. I don't even know how to write a joke, but I do have a gift to tell stories that have happened to me, that have happened to most regular people,
right?
That they want to talk about it. They don't have a vehicle to talk about it. I do. And so I've been able to build this career on just being myself.
Storyteller.
And yeah, a storyteller. And so that's, it's sort of like being a doctor. People come to, I thought after 9/11 that we weren't going to work. I thought that was it. Nobody's going to want to see comedy. It was the opposite. After 9/11, people flocked to comedy.
Yeah.
And it was beyond me, but they came because I guess they did, and they needed to hear something or somebody on it the way that they do.
Right.
And, the people out there who can't go to the club. That's why I do a lot of behind the scenes content on Instagram and stuff like that. And you put clips up because it's, there's sick people, there's
they can't get out.
There's blind people, there's all kind of stuff. But I just feel like if you can make a room full of people who don't know you from a can of paint have the most incredible night of their lives, that's very powerful and it's very beautiful.
It's a gift.
We're going to play a game real quick. We're going to play Keep It or Kick It. All right? Okay. You got to tell me which one you're going to keep and which one you're going to kick it. Okay. Situationships.
All right. Keep it.
Keep it. You like situationships?
But what you going to do?
You want to get locked down?
What you going to do? Huh? Do I want to get locked down? Locked down.
Hey, she reminded them that she is locked down. She may not have wanted to talk about her relationship and I'll be sure and all of the things, but I think she didn't want to talk about it because she was just in a mood and it was like, what you want to talk about? I don't want to talk about that. That's what I think.
Come on.
Say that.
My bad.
Do you find situationships fun though? Like, because most women would say like that's not something that they interested in anyway. They want somebody that's gonna lock it down and put a ring on it and go on about their business with it.
I'll never get married again.
Why?
How long were you married the first time?
20-something years.
Ooh.
Why not walk down the aisle one more again?
For what?
For what?
Oh damn.
Because if you have assets,
She's had it before.
you take care of your business. I've already got the living trust. I've already got my paperwork in order for my daughter to inherit everything.
Aww.
Married now, that's your next of kin.
Yeah.
And they get it.
Yeah.
So I'm not, luckily
You'll stay in a situationship.
I feel like I'm in a situationship. I'm in a relationship.
In a relationship?
He asked how do I feel about
marriage.
situationship.
Right.
I don't care about situations.
So wait a minute. So I'm going to be honest then, because you're all in the public eye about the whole I'll be sure. Is that's the relationship you're with?
Sure.
That's wonderful. And you're happy?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Hello.
Do you get annoyed that people ask you this in public now about y'all's relationship?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Can you go any further?
No, you can. I mean, if that's what
you?
you're interested in.
Let me ask you this, Luenell, when it first broke,
He asked her if he sang to her, and baby Luenell act like she didn't hear him. And I know she heard him because he asked more than once, I think. He asked twice.
worldwide, did people think it was a joke?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And ask me whether Al cares about that or not. Doesn't care about that.
Yeah.
That's my homie.
He calms me down about it.
It seemed like y'all have a
Oh,
good
that's
relationship.
sweet. So it sounds to me like, yes, they hear what the folks are saying in the streets, on the blogs, in the news and all of the things. And it sounds to me like even Al is like, baby, I don't care about that. And he calms even Luenell down about it. That's sweet.
With him, you don't see marriage like as a thing.
Absolutely not.
She just said, y'all, she would never get married again. And this is a side note. I think for people who have experienced marriage, especially like when you've been doing it for 20 years, that's all of us. When you've experienced something, like the next time you might be a little bit more patient because it's like, well, I've had that experience before. But a lot of women who's been married, and especially Luenell, who sounds like she got her business in order so that her daughter can inherit anything, she doesn't want to disrupt that. She just wants to have love, and happiness.
Generation feel that way though. Like a lot of people in my generation, they feel the same thing.
Your generation don't have good marriage examples to look at.
True.
That's what's sad. It's really not your generation's problem. It's the problem of the generation before your generation.
You and Al's relationship, who pulled up on who?
Well, I mean, if you have eyes,
okay,
and if you follow me at all socially.
See, she's reminding them again that this is not anything new in terms of them and their past and the fact that they've been friends, I believe it was, for years. Because I have listened to other interviews that Luenell have done, or maybe commentary about people who actually like Luenell, and they did verify that Luenell had been friends with him for years and had spoken about that in other interviews as well. So yeah, I think again, just her just kind of feeling like, do you really know me? Because that was actually JJ Williamson who made that comment about or asked her that question about Albie Shore.
You will know that we've been friends for over 15 years.
Oh, wow.
This is nothing new. I knew Kim. He knew my late husband. This isn't anything new. It's new to y'all. It ain't new to us.
Okay.
I love it.
All right, here it is. Let's play the Here we go. Keep it or kick it. Dating. Well, you let me to the point.
Me to the point.
If y'all let me get through this game, she can go. She can leave.
Dede was like, "Listen, y'all, let me get through this interview because Luenell is ready to go, and we're 17 minutes in the interview, and I think everybody can sense that Luenell's spirit never quite got to the Luenell that we know in terms of the comedic Luenell. It just kind of stayed on the fact that do y'all know me? But throughout the interview, y'all continue to just drop them breadcrumbs of no, you don't really. Did you do your research before she came? And this is not just Dede. This is not just the other guy that's on there who I believe is Trey G or Jay Cruz. I'm sorry if I'm not saying the right person. So maybe it was Jay Cruz. But even when it comes to JJ Williamson, you asking her that question about Albie Shore and, saying that that's your friend. But, are you should you have known that her and Albie Shore was friends for 15 years and she knew his late husband? Like, should you have known that? Should you have been at least the one person there that knew that? Because you have a job there too. I know y'all are like, why is she blaming it on JJ? Because JJ is the one that's claiming that that's his friend. So yeah, I am putting a little bit more on JJ because when you are part of a morning show, you are part of that. What I consider to be like an ensemble. So it is a responsibility of every single person on there to kind of like, lean into certain friendships, friends that may come on the show, knowing a little bit more about them, breaking the ice a little bit, getting them to share a little bit more, exposing some things that maybe they never have because y'all do have some of those intimate, conversations. So yeah, I am kind of leaning in a little bit more on JJ Williamson because that is supposed to be his friend.
Phone while they sleep. Keep it or kick it.
I would never.
Never?
Yeah.
You've never done it in life?
No.
Good for you.
For what?
Yeah.
So they go on to the topic of, going through people's phones, like in either while they're asleep or just going through like another significant other's phones. And that's when basically Luenell says she's never had to do anything like that. I was wondering though if that would have leaned into what's been going on with Big Tigger. And do other morning radio show personalities talk about each other like that? Do y'all? I'm wondering because I don't know. I mean, I worked in radio for a period of time, but I can never remember having a situation maybe similar to this outside of promoting the other maybe syndicated radio show that we had on for like a different hour. Like, for example, the radio station that I did work at, there was a syndicated hour that 2 to 6, I believe it was, that promoted Doug Banks and Dede McGuire. So we would maybe mention like, when Doug Banks talks about this, or I might say, because Dede used to have this thing about like Dede's 5 things. I would maybe make a comment about like, we know Dede has her 5 things and she mentioned XYZ, but it was also because they were a partner with the actual radio station as well. So that could have had something to do with it. But anyway, I was just side note. I know it's almost over, y'all. I promise. Hold up.
You go looking for something, you're going to find.
Slide down.
Let me have my phone over and have them look through phone.
What you want to cry for?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
I'm so glad. I will side note like TMI, but like I'm so glad that I've never had a situation where a person that I was like a guy that I was dating either like took my phone, wanted to look through it, or vice versa. Never. Like I've never had a situation like that. So all the stuff that's going on with like, you know, Tigger and like his estranged wife, who's still technically his wife, she in jail, he got all the things going on. It's just like, yeah, that's all over a phone. All over a phone.
Keep it or kick it, vaping.
Get it?
Oh, keep it.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh no, I didn't know she had a vape.
Oh Lord, this one. Don't try to sell it.
Oh no, that's not hers. My bad. I thought that was actually her vape when they said vaping, you know, like keep it or kick it. And she said keep it, and then she touched the vape, and I thought that was her vape on the side, but I think it's the guy who's next to her.
Charge it.
Charging her. That's yours, girl.
Right. Keep it or kick it. Being late everywhere and calling it black people time.
No, unacceptable.
Unacceptable time.
Unacceptable.
Okay.
But side note, you know, Rihanna just did that the Netflix documentary challenge that everybody's doing. Rihanna just did one, and she talking about her reason for being late to everything. So that was kind of funny. But yeah.
As for everything, keep it or kick it.
Kick it.
Twerk videos. Keep it or kick it.
Kick it.
Really? You don't like the twerk videos?
Can I say Luenell wiped her eye, and I'm not sure if she wiped her eye because I could be, this might be a stretch, because she was a little emotional, you know, throughout, and it's kind of taking her some time to get back. Like, have you ever had one of them situations where you can't ugly cry if you wanted to? Like, you gotta suck it up real quick. You gotta, I can't let it go right now. Like, I gotta keep it moving. Like, I don't know if it was one of those kind of moments, and that's the kind of the way the entire interview has gone for her, and it's felt like that kind of emotional. But she did wipe her eye, and it just made me think that, y'all. I'm sure I'm being extra, but it did make me think that maybe she's just something about this entire thing has just made her emotional, and her recognizing or feeling like, dang, do these people know me? That's my sense.
No.
Why?
Twerk videos?
Yeah. You're like,
because they not.
Can you twerk?
First of all, twerking is nothing new. It's ancestrally our birthright to twerk. Okay. But when you start, making it what it's not, like there's African women who twerk with full clothes on and that booty be going.
Don't it?
Right.
But then if you have to twerk and you have a thin little string in the crack of your behind, it's beyond twerking. Now it's like into something else.
Yeah.
So, if we were doing it the way that was intended to be done.
Ancestors.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's fun, and yes, I can twerk.
That's right.
It's fun and all that, but it's just too much,
All right, here's another one. Keep it or kick it. What about this? GLP-1s or weight loss shots? Have you tried it?
Do I look like I'm trying?
Shut up. I gave Luenell. You have to say it like that. Luenell, like, baby, look at this. Do I look like I tried it? You could have. I think that was a legit question now. That one was legit.
Oh God.
Making a big fail if I had tried it.
You bought the generic one.
Yeah, but you never, because you haven't tried it at all, though.
No, it's a needle, right?
Yeah. You don't do needles?
I don't do needles.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Damn. Okay, here we go.
Do I need to try it?
No, I tried it once and it ain't.
What would you try it for?
Well, I tried to lose like 10 pounds. I know that's horrible. Don't get at me.
Dede.
You should be able to lose without another.
My ass can't. I can't. I like
It's like
drinking.
shooting up Moderna, Johnson every day.
Oh God.
She need hers in her forehead.
People quitting their jobs to become influencers. What do you think about it? Keep it or kick it?
Well, I never am in favor of quitting your job. It's a good. That's the time to try to not go back. But I don't say quit your job. Because you really can't say what's going to influence. That's really up to the people. Like people say, watch this. This is going to go viral. And then it don't. Right. It's up to the people. You can't say what's going to go viral and what's not.
Sure.
Okay. And the final one, keep it or kick it. Podcast by athletes and celebrities. Keep it or kick it.
There's a whole bunch of them right now.
A lot.
Keep it. I guess we're in an era where men want to talk. And men normally historically don't
want to talk, right?
So that'll keep them from going home beating their wife or whatever, doing their little podcast.
That's honest.
Damn.
That is real.
That's where we're going.
Right.
You got to get it out.
Just saying, clearly, men want to talk now. Right. See.
Right. It's a good thing though. Remember, we used to keep our feelings inside.
Exactly. So keep the podcast. Y'all go in the garage and do your little podcast.
Not in the girl.
Don't go in the basement.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He's at the Arlington Improv.
Yeah, good. Show up and show out.
Make sure you get your ticket.
Yes.
Slap it up for comedian Luenell.
I'll be in a better mood when you come to the club. And also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, may I shout out my Instagram?
100%.
Follow me at Luenell, at Luenell. And no, I do not answer my DMs.
Okay, love it. Y'all
I may never see it.
get your tickets to see Luenell, all right? So Dede in the morning.
Shout out to Luenell. She's also going to be in Houston, Texas, actually, this upcoming weekend. I believe it's the 17th and the 18th. But yeah, shout out to Luenell for that interview that she did on Dede in the morning. Yeah, so there was some tension there we saw at the beginning. Well, I would say the beginning. I personally think throughout the interview, so for at least the first 25 minutes, it's still, she never quite picked up in the way that we know for a fact that Luenell can when she shows up when it comes to interviews. But that was as a result, of the should I say the personalities not mentioning her before she got onto the show. And she was actually listening in and she was like, no. And I feel like Luenell just wanted that respect. The whole overall sort of introduction that Dede McGuire ended up doing, once Luenell made the comment about it and she came in and she said, she has a Vegas residency, like all of the things, and started like just kind of throwing out the credentials. I think that's what Luenell initially wanted it. Plus, again, she just wanted to be introduced before she came onto the radio station, and she called him out on it. But I think K104, shout out to them there in Dallas, Texas. I think they can actually learn from this, the Dede McGuire morning show, that they can learn from this and just make sure that they are doing their due diligence to promote the folks that are coming on, that are getting up early in the morning to actually be on the show. Yeah. Okay, anyway, y'all, as a reminder, y'all, here at the Critic Chronicles, our goal is to provide quality but juicy content from websites, digital magazines, and tabloids, most of which are sourced from our public libraries. Research from the National Library of Medicine show that there are an estimated 17,000 public libraries nationwide, totaling 4 million visits each day. Public libraries are civic organizations that are committed to providing invaluable resources beyond books that are free and open to the public. Get your library card to access thousands of resources today. For access to past episodes, check out the description box. Also, be sure to subscribe to our backup channel, Hey Critics, linked in the show notes. Thanks again for tuning in to the Critic Chronicles YouTube channel, where you get commentary, reviews, and tabloid news. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload.